How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another brand new episode. Today, man, we're going to be reacting to top 20 VST plugins of 2021. Here we go. So, as a producer, one of the main things you definitely need is plugins, right? You know, you need sounds, right? I got my MPC on my side here. You know what I'm saying? I got my keyboard up here. You need sounds, right? You need effects. You need all that good stuff. So one thing I like to do is always check out what other people are using, you know what I'm saying, to achieve greatness when it comes to production and creative aspects of things, you know what I'm saying? So here we go, man. We got my guy Servida. SB19 producer, man. Shout out to you, by the way. You did a great job of Bazinga. And some of the other songs that I've heard, great job. Let's see what you working with. I want to know what your favorite 20 is, man. Let's go. And then I'll just give my input and whatnot. But, you know, let's see what these guys are using, man. These guys are literally producing Billboard hits, like bangers, bro. I'm talking Bazinga, you know what I'm saying? Type shit. Like, let's go.
Particular order. Let's get into the effects plugin. For my first favorite plugin, I'm gonna have to go with the one that I'm making. Right here, it's called. This is an effect, and it's pretty much a.
Of course, you're not gonna tell us the name yet, but you know, to add the suspense, it might have been genius to just tell us though. So then that way, you know what I'm saying, you plugging it in early. You feel me? But I feel you. You don't want nobody taking your idea. But how could they and why would they? I feel like everything has been done too at the same time, because it's just different. Everybody coming out with their own type of what's his name brought out this one plugin, like Cal Beats. He had his own plugin or something like that. That was fire. I'm not gonna lie. That was a great, you know, I've messed with it a little bit. Yeah, that was heat. I would be interested to see what yours does.
A dedicated. I'll load up a melody here. So here it is dry.
And like Busy Works Beats, I think they have a couple here and there, but.
And here it is with the plugin. This is gonna be one of my favorite plugins for a while because it's a plugin, but if you really get into it, you can do a lot of.
I don't care about that one right now since I don't know what it is. You're not telling us, fam.
My next favorite plugin is Effectrix by Sugar Bytes. This is pretty much an effects sequencer. So you can picture it like a drum sequencer. So anytime I click something in, it's going to do a different effect. Stretch, vinyl, crush, filters. There's just so many that is super versatile.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Effectrix, man. What you can do with Effectrix, with the simple, with its simplicity and the ease of use, the DAW, the template, just the way it's set up. It's a great VST effect plugin for doing a lot of different things. You know, I use it for a lot of slow motion stuff, like, you know, whoop, like reverse stuff like that. You know, it's a great plugin. It's like glitch, but not glitch. You know what I'm saying? Another one that I really enjoy using now is Looperator. You know what I'm saying? Looperator is fire. You know, you got to check it out. It does basically the same thing, except I feel like it gives you more options. There's a little bit more customization to it. Like there's so many more like preset things you can mess with it and kind of give. So check it out. Check it out.
How I like using it, let's say we have our little lead instrument. I can use Effectrix to just put these momentary cool little effects in to make the beat a little more spicy.
Exactly.
And it's that easy. My next favorite plugin has to be FabFilter Q3. There's a lot of EQs out there and they really sound good. This is my favorite just for the work.
Yeah, I think he said his top 20. Okay, I was about to say, yeah, anything FabFilter is proper. Anything FabFilter, it's great, bro. I like their dynamic compressors. I like the EQ, like you said, it's dope. I'm still on the Q2. What's the difference with the Q2 and the Q3 though?
Workflow. Loading up an instrument, double clicking the high pass and low pass, using the mouse wheel to adjust the curve. That's just deep in my muscle memory right now. So I can't live without it. You know?
Yeah, facts. That's true.
Also do some
mine too.
Compression to take some frequencies, EQ the stereo, so you can do mid, side EQ. That's mainly what I use it for, and I'm pretty much just scratching the surface of this plugin. Definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, I haven't even dived into it that deep, but I hear a lot about it, you know.
My next favorite plugin is the TR5 Classic Clipper, and this thing just sounds really, really nice. I was using this a lot when
I have not used this yet. I have not used this yet. I have this. I have not used it yet. I use man, I should make my top. I should make my list. Let me just react to your list. I use one called there's a couple. I use this one that my buddy in LA, shout out to that guy, man. He put me on a lot of different things because when I was in the studio, I tracked people like Rich the Kid in the studio. It was dope. Like he had every plugin you could think of. My guy had it. He had it. So one of the plugins he always used on his mastering chain on beats and whatnot, even on vocal tracks, was the invisible limiter. I have my secret one that I'm gonna just keep that I'm gonna leave that alone. When I make my list, y'all can come back, subscribe. I'll let y'all know when I make my list. But if you don't want to use this one, if you want to check out another one that's I think it's a little bit better than this, to be honest with you. But it's called the Invisible Limiter. It's very, very dope plugin. Check it out. No, the only thing I don't like about these guys is the fact that they do like a subscription based license. But if you can get get your hands on it, it's worth it, honestly. It's amazing. Invisible Limiter. Trust me, it is one of the best limiters, mastering chain, whatever you want to call it. They all do the same thing, basically. But yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Convolver by Audio Thing. This is a convolution plugin, so it mimics certain spaces.
Wow, I've never used this before. What is this?
So it can sound like it's coming out of a telephone mic. Cheap Bluetooth speakers. Radios.
Oh, shit. I like that. I'm gonna have to check that out. Let me see. How much is this? Wow, bro, that is dope as hell. Hold on, what?
So what I really like about this is that you can load any sound into the Convolver, and from there we can get really creative. So I can add this bamboo ambience. Now the sample's going into that. If I take out the dry, just leave the wet, we have this.
Oh, dog, that is dope as hell. That's fire. I like that. I need that. Let me go get that. Let me go cop that. Hold on. Yeah, this only costs $65. That's not that bad. Like, for what it does, I'm a big believer in the world already has all the sounds that we need. So like someone like me, I just love effects, because having, if you have a lot of effects, once you have all the sounds in the world, all you can really do now to switch it up is just with effects. You don't need to know how to play anything, just sample, use effects to change it completely. So I love my MPC. That's why I kind of just went full-blown MPC. Yeah.
Ambience almost. Really good if you want to get creative. This next favorite plugin is Thermal by Out.
I can see that.
This is like a creative distortion plugin.
Never heard of this one either. Interesting.
Let's say I have a melody. Now, to be honest, I'm really still figuring this out, but if you are still a beginner, there's just so many cool presets in here. So what I would do is I'd kind of scroll through presets as that starting off point, and then I'd just go under the hood and really tailor it to.
What is this called again? Magma Bubble.
If you are still a beginner, there's just so many cool presets in here. So what I would do is I'd kind of scroll through presets as that starting off point, and then I'd just go under the hood and really tailor it to what I want.
That makes sense. That's what you should always do. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes people like to overcomplicate the fact that, like, creativity doesn't have to be that difficult. Creativity does not have to be, it's not supposed to be, it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be so challenging that you think about it too much and you stop creating. That's why I love plugins like this. It just helps you become a little bit more creative, just a little bit.
That's all I can really say about it. My next favorite plugin is Riff by Minimal Audio, and this is pretty much my favorite filter plugin right now. Similar to Thermal, I'm still getting the hang of it, but this one has a bajillion presets. I really like using this if I'm going for the wonky sound design. Let's say we have a clean drum loop like this. Now, usually in my workflow, if I find something cool, I would export it, and I'm pretty much just...
I'm not familiar with this one. I don't know about this one.
Picking those cool little parts that are really interesting to me. And then I usually blend it back with the original so that there's these cool little textures on top. There's just so much you can do in this.
Interesting.
Plugin. My next favorite plugin is Delay Eternity.
Interesting.
Little textures on it. Just picking those cool little parts that are really interesting to me. And then I usually blend it back with the original so that there's these cool little textures on top. There's just so much you can do in this.
Interesting.
Plugin. My next favorite plugin...
I've heard about it. I've just never played with it. I might have to play with it just to see, but I don't think I need that.
Is Delay Eternity by Arturia. This is my favorite delay plugin at the moment. And the reason I like this is that there's just a bit more functions than the normal delay. You can do...
Oh, yeah. That's fact.
Bit crushing.
I've played with this. I love this, actually. My friend has this.
And on top of that, there's some amazing presets in here. So there's Ping Pong one I like. This is just one of my favorite presets, so listen to this. When you change the time mode, you can do these weird pitch modulations and stuff. So much creative stuff you can.
I kid you not, this is one of the best delay plugins you could probably get, especially for producers.
Do here on top of just being a nice delay in general. So my next favorite plugin is Decimor 2 by D16. So this is a bit crusher plugin. By changing the sample,
I haven't played with this for a couple years, but definitely recommend it. I used to use it a lot for like those what you call it, those like lo-fi type sounds, like, you know, just to add like scratches, and it's dope, man.
Great. This is a really creative way of taking off some of the high end, similar to a high cut in an EQ, but it just sounds completely different. And I'm going to slowly bring this down. Pressing this button gets rid of all those artifacts.
I love that. I love that.
Once again, tons of presets. I really like using this for things like live instruments. When you dial back this knob, you can create some really natural and organic colors. For my last favorite effects plugin,
agreed,
it's gotta be halftime. Everybody knows this plugin already. I still love it.
Oh yeah. If you don't have halftime in your library, I don't know, man. I use that shit daily.
Using it, it's such an easy way to make a completely different sound. If I'm making a beat or a sample and I remember feeling stuck,
like you can put it to anything. Have you ever halftimed the halftime of a halftime and the bus of a halftime's halftime? Try that shit. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
Here's a sample without it. Not always gonna sound perfect on the first go, but it inspires me to kind of go in a new direction. That's fire. Well, now let's get into the instrument plugins. My first favorite instrument plugin, gotta be Serum. This list isn't in order, but if it was...
Yeah, Serum is one I never got into too much of. I played with my friends, like when I was at his crib and shit. Like, but I don't know. It's got some great sounds. It's been around for years too.
This is just, it's just so good. It's just such a powerful synth. It's super versatile. The workflow, this makes sense to me. You can make a beat and every sound can be from Serum. From the 808 to the lead to the kick, the snare. This is where I do them.
That's the beauty of Serum. It's a very powerful, very, very powerful VST instrument.
Majority of my sound designing when it comes to drum kits. Yeah, I like Serum. My next favorite instrument plugin is Kick 2.
Damn, he uses it mainly for drums? That's crazy. I don't know. I feel like these days you can find so many drums like online, and like buying or having to spend the time to remake drum kits. It just seems so crazy. Like when you can sample damn near anything and just like with a few, you know, tweaks here and there, you have something completely different. I don't know. But if you're into that, obviously do what you got to do, you know?
This is also another sound. Oh, it's okay. I'm not making a beat. I got scared for a second. This is a plugin I really like using for sound designing. Mainly used to design kick drums. You have the pitch, the volume here, click tracks, EQ, distortion. There's just so many parameters. Once you're done making it, you can...
Interesting. I've never, ever had need for something like this. When you got Reddit, man, just drum kits, I'm just saying, why work harder than you need to? You feel what I'm saying? So many drum kits out there, like, but you know, again, sometimes it's just, there's a beauty in creating your own. Just like with the beats, how we like to make our own beats. Some people like to sign design.
You can just generate it and then just drag it into your sampler. I also use this for making snares and 808s. Overall, just a really good sound design plugin with a great interface. My next favorite plugin gotta be Tylynn by Spectrasonics. Anytime I need a bass that's not an 808, I'm using Tylynn. It just sounds so good, and there's so many presets. We have a big...
I love this plugin.
Upright bass.
Mainly for basses, of course, but great plugin.
We get Fender bass, some cool sequence basses like this, really warm sounding analog basses. This one's nice. This one's nice. They all sound so... When it comes to basses, Tylynn is all I need. When you keep this in Spectrasonics, my next favorite plugin is Keyscape. Tylynn is for basses, Keyscape is for keys. If I want a nice clean piano, I'm pretty much...
I'm not even going to talk too much in these, man. Everybody know these plugins are just magnificent.
Going to Keyscape. But also really great for Rhodes. Once again, so many presets. I've probably had this one for 2 years and I still haven't gone through all of these. And there's so much control you can get after. Like, what is this sound? Keyscape, gotta love it. My next favorite is Pigments by Arturia. This is a really nice synthesizer. A lot of really nice presets right out of the box. Kind of intimidating, but once you learn all the envelopes and the LFOs and functions, you can get a lot of control out of this one. I really like using the sampler here, just layering some kind of noise on top of a sound. You can get really creative. You can create some really amazing sounds with Pigments. My next favorite plugin is Vivo by UHE. It just has that warm analog.
Never mess with these.
Sound. Like first preset right out of the box, like just listen to so nice. I think that this virtual synthesizer is like the closest we can get to those hardware analog synths. It just sounds really authentic.
Diva.
From the other ones I like.
How the hell have I never used this?
So good. This kind of feels like cheating, but my next favorite is Kontakt. Kontakt just has so many great libraries.
Bro, Kontakt is just god of all VSTs.
I really like this specifically for live instruments, so things like horns, ethnic instruments. This Middle East library is crazy. Pretty decent sounding orchestra. Definitely my favorite library at the moment.
Kontakt has some of the best orchestra libraries. It's not even funny. Like, it's not even a joke.
Moment though is this noir piano. It's a really nice clean piano, but you can put in so many effects like the color and a little bit of EQ and some vinyl noise, like from lo-fi. So my next one is Anitude by Sonic Academy. Once again, we have a synthesizer here. Personally, I just like using it for the presets.
What is this? I've never heard of this. Sonic Academy Ultra Bundle.
There's just some
how much is it? Let me check real quick. Hold on.
That are so good,
I'm such a sound fanatic. You tell me this is dope. All I see is basses though. I don't need basses. I need other. Okay, there's categories. Hold on.
Bells are really nice.
Ooh.
They just updated the bank, so there's a whole lot of sounds here I haven't heard yet, but I'm sure there's a lot of fire ones in here. My next favorite instrument is Mellotron 5 by Arturia. Just out of the box, these are some of the best presets I've ever heard. Like this flute preset.
Mellotron is very dope, and I actually think I need to update my MPC. I think that Kai actually added a new instrument, and it's a Mellotron that you can do a bunch of dope shit with it. I love this plugin.
It's so hard to recreate that wobble with that, little bit of distortion and the vintage warmth. These strings sound amazing. If I'm looking for that beautifully dirty, ugly sound, I'm looking in here. My last favorite plugin that I use is Sublime. This is a sound design plugin. I've made a lot of 808s and basses in here. Like the other sound design plugin, a really cool interface, a lot of really nice sounding effects. This distortion module is really nice.
Yeah, this is dope too.
Nice. As usual, a lot of really good presets. I don't use it all the time, but if I'm doing a bit of sound design, I'm definitely playing around in here. All right, that's 20. Thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Now,
yeah. Hey, I like that list. That was a dope, great list. My list might be different. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna make my own list just for the hell of it. And yeah, I thought that was dope. I can't wait to check out more of Simon's stuff, man. He's a great producer. Yeah, subscribe to his channel, subscribe to my channel. Check out more things I have coming. Right now, I'm really into reactions and stuff like that. I just love hearing music and just listening for new sounds and just things to sample and just see where the creativity takes me. But without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next video. Y'all stay tuned. Take it easy. Peace out. Bye.